If you get a DUI in Illinois and you don't have enough money to beat the system, this is what you have to have put in your vehicle. A breathalyzer machine. You have to blow in it and suck back and blow again before you can start your vehicle. This camera goes on the windshield, takes a picture every time you have to provide a sample. This is the device that you blow in. It comes with mouthpieces. And this is a 2017 F-150. Has a factory remote start on it, but the customer's not going to be able to use it. And there's not enough voltage at the ignition switch. There's only a 5 amp wire there for power, so I've got to run a wire all the way out here to the battery to power it up, and then I have to hook onto an ignition wire in there to let it know it's running and all that. You have to hook up the parking lights, the horn, and all that. So don't drink and drive. Let's get this thing installed. First thing you got to do is assign a driver. So you have to plug it into the computer, put all the driver information in here, and assign the vehicle module and the handheld device to the driver. Alright guys, I got this thing installed in the truck. I don't set the prices. Well, I do somewhat set the prices for like installs. Like this one's a little more because I had to run all the way out to the battery to hook up the, and you got to do that on a lot of new vehicles. You know, there's a lot more to it because there's not, you can't get a 12-volt hookup in these because everything's computer data. So I had to go all the way out to the battery. So this is a $250 install. He has to come back every 60 days for a $25 calibration. Plus he has to pay the breath machine company $80 a month. You have to have a working debit card or credit card because it automatically gets debited out of your account to the breath machine company. So $250 to install it, $80 a month to have it. Every 60 days you have to come back for a $25 calibration. So it's expensive. Drinking and driving is not worth it. And it's not only in Illinois, it's a lot worse in some other states, and Illinois is bad. So let me show you how this thing works. Okay, so here's what you got to do if you get a DUI in Illinois. Turn your key on, see, it won't start. This has to count up to 100. It's not too bad in this weather. It's supposed to be 70 today, but really cold weather, really hot weather, you got to unplug this and take it in. Here's what you got to go do.
Please provide sample. Invalid sample. Please wait.
See, the time's got to be just right. Blow not in time. It's so hard to show people how to do this.
Please retry sample. Invalid sample. Please wait.
Now it says it's too high. I just backed this thing out here.
Sample. Invalid sample. Please wait.
Still says it's too high. Too high pressure.
Please retry sample. You may start the vehicle.
So now it's in what they call demo mode until the customer feels like they're comfortable with it, and then I can take it out of demo mode. It's going to keep asking for a sample. See, right now it says running. You don't want one of these. And I got customers, this guy I think has had 2 DUIs, so he's probably going to have this thing for 5 years. The first offense, you have it for 1 year. And then if you get 3 or 4 DUIs, you're going to be driving with it indefinitely. See, it's going to keep asking.
Please provide sample. Rolling retest passed. Thank you.
It says rolling retest passed. Thank you. So It's not going to do this that often. Once I take it out of demo mode, every half hour or so going down the road, this is going to ask for a sample. If you got the radio up too loud, you don't hear it, and you miss it, boom, it's going to flag it. You got to bring it back in here, because you have to bring it back in here every 60 days anyway. It's $25 calibration every time you got to get it calibrated every 60 days. But if you miss a rolling retest, boom, it throws it into what they call early return, and you got to bring it back early and pay your 25 bucks.
Please provide sample. Closing retest pass. Thank you.
Next month will be 2 years. It's 2 years ago, this coming April, that I decided to just dedicate one savings account to these $25 calibrations. And I've got $8,600 in that savings account from just $25 calibrations. I've got customers coming from everywhere because so many shops have quit doing it because they're such a pain in the ass, and I don't blame them. I mean, I've threatened it myself. If I wasn't a one-man show in a one-horse town, I would have already quit doing it too.
Please provide sample. Closing retest pass. Thank you.
So when this customer comes and picks this thing up,
You may start the vehicle.
it'll say that when you've just blown in it there for a little bit, and then it'll quit. But when this customer comes to pick this up, I got to show him how to do that. And you've seen me struggle with it a little bit. The pressures have to be just right. It can't be too high. It can't be too low. It's got to be right in time. You got to blow in, immediately suck back, and then do that long, steady blow. And people that's got COPD and asthma, then they just can't do it. And then they got to apply for what they call a low blow. And then that takes time. You got to go to a doctor, and you got to blow in this thing. And the doctor has to say, yeah, this customer doesn't have enough breath. He can get one of these, and it's got to go through the state. I still got a vehicle sitting out here. It's been out here for 3 weeks. A guy waiting to try to get a low blow because he simply can't do it because he's got COPD. So don't drink and drive. If you have one of these and you get it removed and then you get caught drinking and driving again, I don't feel sorry for you. So just wanted to show you, that's another thing that I do. I've been doing these for over 20 years. But just 2 years ago, like I said, I decided to start saving all these, because we didn't used to do the calibrations. The shops didn't do it. They would send them UPS to the customer. They would unplug it, put this back in a box, and send it back. Well, then they decided, they said that UPS was losing too many of these devices. So they set us shops up with the equipment and the computer to do these, and I didn't want to do it at all. But I got to thinking, well, I'm not used to that $25 every time a customer brings the calibration. So I decided 2 years ago next month, I was like, well, I'm just going to start putting all that money in this one savings account because I'm not used to having it. And there's $8,600 in there in 2 years from $25 calibration. So that's why I keep doing it. Plus, I've got friends, local friends, that if I don't do it, they're going to have to drive, some cases, 100 miles to get it done to another shop that does it. So that's why I keep doing it. I just wanted to show you guys another thing that I do out here at Tony's Car Care. So thanks for watching. Don't drink and drive. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.